table and we taking our portions. Of course, the discourse is a sativa show where the content and the guest is unbelievable, but we speak in codes. It's the podcast of the culture, so you already know. We from that big West Coast, boy, where it never snows, where the topics get hot, but the rosin is cold. Here's the next episode, yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to another show of Joint Forces. I'm your host, Luke Scarmazzo. We have a very, very exciting episode for you today. I am here with the co-star of the hit reality TV show on VH1, Cartel crew, musician, rapper, writer, film producer, social media influencer, CEO and co-founder of Pure Blanco, CEO and founder of Magic City Records, and last but not least, CEO and co-founder of Money Brand, Money Makin Majix. Welcome to the show, dog.
What's up, my dog?
Yeah. Man, how'd I do? Was that a good intro on you?
Yeah, that was good. Especially Money Brand. I'm the only founder.
That's right.
There we go.
Founder of Money Brand.
That's it.
You on this show, dog, is really special because we have a lot of stuff that we can talk about. We have a lot of stuff that we synergize. And there's a lot of important stuff that you have that I want everybody to be able to listen to and to be able to hear. Let's just I want to kind of talk about let's start a little bit, give the audience a little context. Let's start at the beginning. Is you grew up in Miami, born and raised, right?
Yep.
In the 80s.
Yep.
What was that like, dog? Well, Miami in the 80s.
Miami in the 80s was wild.
Cocaine cowboy shit.
Yeah, that was a cocaine cowboy era for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my grandma. Well, I'm born and raised in North Miami.
Okay.
My family went from Little Haiti to North Miami, which is called Uptown Little Haiti.
Okay.
But
the Zoe pound.
Yeah, all the Zoes. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a lot of Zoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, parlay a little Creole.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah, then I had one grandma. She lived off Calle Ocho on 8th Street.
Okay.
So that's where the real cowboys are going wild over there.
Oh, yeah?
Know? Yeah, I remember going there as a kid.
So your grandma's living in the mix?
Yeah, she's there. Yeah. Okay. So then I remember as a kid, me and my cousin would go to the corner store and, you going on crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you're a kid seeing it like, man, what they doing? They driving all these nice cars.
Right.
You can see, they're flashing pistols, all
the cool
type of
shit.
stuff.
All the cool shit to a kid.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Miami's a spot. Miami's always going to be the spot. You know what I mean? For nightlife. You're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to see a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Live that life.
Right. I remember watching some of the early news shit back in Miami of they were having straight shootouts in the mall and shit. Machine gun shootouts and shit like that. And that was really where the start of the DEA and all that shit happened, really, right?
Right, the 3-letter boys.
Right. We won't say that too much here. Listen, peace, love, all blessings. But yeah, that was really the spot, you know what I'm saying, where the drug war kicked off, really. I mean, I can't think of yeah, sure, you had the crack thing going out here and all that stuff, but where the drug war kicked off, where the government really said, hey, we're going to take this shit seriously. We're coming in we're coming in army style now.
Right.
Was really in Miami. So, just thinking about I was thinking about that when I was, sitting back and looking at all the stuff that you had done and stuff. I was like, damn, growing up in Miami in that time, you know what I'm saying? Must have been some wild ass shit, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun,
Yeah.
For me as a kid, it was fun.
Yeah. Like I said, all the cool shit from a kid, right?
Yeah. And I think it was Time Magazine did the Paradise Lost issue.
Yes.
And that was that
set it off.
Yeah, that set it off from there. And then, everybody who was getting their foot in the game or wanted to get in the game was trying to go over there.
Yeah.
And make it happen. American dream.
Yeah. Yeah. The first version of it, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was cool. So okay, so you're in Miami, you're growing up as a kid, seeing all this stuff. What is your what's your first experience that you come across weed?
Weed? I seen weed my whole life.
Right.
As a little kid, I had older uncles,
right,
cousins, they used to roll up, smoke, And I find, I was smart as a kid. You got a little wisdom, street knowledge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm knowing already. They're like, nah, this tobacco. And then, the older dude, nah, that's weed. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm like, nah, you smoking weed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, they rolling up. They smoking out of the JOB papers. You know, all the OGs smoke
Yeah,
JOBs and
yeah.
they're drinking Budweisers and shit, you know?
Yeah, so that's like similar to mine. Like I grew up with weed too. Same thing is like my dad grew, and we had a shed in the backyard, and it was like a little. It wasn't big. It was probably like half the size of this room, right? But he always had plants growing in it. One of my earliest memories of my pops is growing up or walking into his room when I was growing up. I was probably like 2 or 3 years old, and they had like, I want to say like 2 or 3 bricks of some like Mexican weed sitting on like a triple beam. Him and my aunt had it on their dresser. And I remember the smell, dog. That's what like I remember more than anything. It was like the smell as soon as I hit the room. And the only time like it hit me again, it was the craziest thing. It was when I opened the dispensary and I first opened sour diesel. The sour diesel smell for some reason was like, reminded me of when I was a kid and I smelled that like brickweed when I was a little kid. So no, I relate to that shit, dog. I can like growing up in it, seeing it, not really like ever thinking like anything was wrong with it, right? Like my aunts, my uncles are growing, everybody's doing their thing. So it was never like a situation where I felt like, hey, this is bad or this ain't good or anything until I got to school. And then I started seeing like the DARE program and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
DARE and the 500 Club. Yeah.
And that's when I started seeing like, hey, wait a second, this ain't just like a regular plant that everybody grows and has around and all that stuff. People are saying this is bad, and now I'm like, all the stuff they're saying ain't really making sense. All the stuff they're saying isn't really the stuff I'm seeing. Like,
right, because it's your people growing it.
Right.
And you seeing it every day. It's not the same what they're saying.
Right. They're saying people are going to steal and they're going to rob you and they're going to do like crazy things and, you know, even murder people or all this stuff. Yeah. And I'm not seeing any of that. I'm seeing just like, you know, my pops chill and smoke and enjoy himself when my dad worked construction, you know what I'm saying? So he would come home like after a commute into the Bay Area, which from Modesto, it was like 2-hour drive. So he would sit there, he would commute, he'd get back at like, you know, 5 o'clock and he'd roll up and smoke. You know what I'm saying? That was his thing. You know, he didn't really drink or anything like that. So to me, I always saw it like, you know, hey, it was nothing bad.
Right.
And man, the DARE program was like, they really try to get us though. They were like hammering us like, tell on your parents.
I remember that DARE program.
Yeah, dog. That shit was crazy.
Just say no.
Just say no. Yeah, that was the Nancy Reagan shit.
Yeah.
Another like intertwine or intersection into the Miami thing with Reagan, and you know that's where all that BS even started.
Yep. The war on drugs right there.
Yeah, man. So you know, growing up in weed and around the game in Miami. Did you ever see weed as like a way to make money, or was it always just something in the background?
I mean, tell the truth, my boy, he got a joint. He stole a joint from his older brother.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, I think we were like 14, 15, summertime. And no matter of fact, that was right. I think that was 15, 14, going to 15.
Right.
And he's like, yo, let's smoke this. It was me and my other homie. It was 3 of us, and we're outside his crib. And he'd be like, all right, fuck it, we're going to smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we're smoking. I remember hitting that and getting that feeling. And you just looking up at the stars. I'm like, man, everybody needs to be smoking this. This is good. You know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling.
Right.
So, and I'm like, man, I need to start selling this and spreading this around to people. You know what I mean?
The thought hit you. The seed was planted.
The seed was planted to say, okay, damn, this is not as bad as they've been saying, right?
Right.
Like the gateway drug makes you feel good.
Right.
And we're laughing, we're giggling. I'm like, man, everybody needs this. Shoot, I can make money off of this. Then boom, right there, it was off to the races. You know what I'm saying?
15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. Hell yeah,
off to the races. And then, man, from there, you know, that's when that Mexican brickweed was popping.
Oh, yeah, it was.
And, you know, got one.
What were they hitting for out there?
Out there that time, about $5.56.
Yeah. That was a good price then.
Yeah.
Because even out here, they were like, you know, $2.53.
Yeah.
So you were getting plugged. Now you were not far away from, you were not far away from the plug even then.
Yeah. Then, my first ones. Then you realize, you know, you got to go around that guy and hit the main dude. You know what I'm saying? Since from then on, you know, you got to go to the main source.
Right. So the main source is Cali, right?
Well, no, not really.
No?
We get it from the water.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So really anybody in Miami could be a main source.
Right.
Could be a white dude, black, Spanish, could be an Asian, could be Haitian, could anybody. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got the plug towards Mexico, Colombia, wherever they're growing the product.
When the game shifted into like like the higher end, more designer like cannabis, was there cats out there like growing early back then?
Oh yeah.
They were doing their thing.
A couple spots.
Yeah, not a lot though, huh? It was like you had to know the cat that had the fire back then.
Huh? No, there's a lot. Everybody's growing.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Everybody started growing.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's when back in the day we would grow the purple haze, black haze, the Cuban haze, then that Bubba Kush.
Yeah, that Bubba Kush took the game by storm.
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly. So those are the main three. But we called it Crippy. We called Bubba Kush. Yeah, the Kush, we called it Crippy.
Okay.
So everybody's hitting Crippy, purple haze, and that black haze, Cuban haze.
Hell yeah. That's dope. I love that.
But we used to grow them big ass 5-10 gallon pots and let them just grow.
Big ass trees.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. That's dope. I wasn't even up on that. I didn't know that. And I like that. That's super hard.
Man, that would be dope. I get a cut of that black haze, that Cuban haze, man. People say they got it, but I smell it and I smoke and I'm like, nah, that's not it.
Yeah,
that ain't him right
Listen,
there.
You're preaching to the choir, dog. The Granddaddy Purple is like my sought after strain, dog. And it was like the strain that I was like, it changed my whole perspective when I really like when the real Granddaddy hit me and that purple smell and taste and all that, like back then in that game, like it was a game changer. And when I got out, like it was so heartbreaking, dog, that was gone. Like that it wasn't on the market anymore. I'm like, what? How did you guys vamp out the Granddaddy?
Right.
Like nobody kept the Granddaddy around? Like, fuck.
You felt disrespected.
I felt disrespected, dog. I was like, damn, like I built my whole life on that thing.
Right. That was your moneymaker.
That was my moneymaker, dog. That was really what put Ricardo and Modesto and all of us on the map because nobody else had Granddaddy. You know what I mean? And we were able to get a plug up in Mendo. Shout out Jerry Scarborough. And dog, we were having the pack come down. And so, yeah, it's my favorite strain. And I really like when I got out, I didn't know it was gone, dog. When I got out of prison, I was expecting like, yo, I know this shit. I know this is like next level now. Like they took the Granddaddy and they're growing it under some like LEDs and it looks fucking fire now. Nope, gone, dog.
Yeah.
And I was so messed up about it. And so I reached out to a bunch of the cats that I gave cuts to and shit like that. And one cat sent me a picture and he said, hey, I still got some of your cuts growing. And it was right when I got out. I hit him on it was on Messenger, one of the apps I'm not on that much. And I hit him. So I was rolling through it and I tried to find it and I couldn't find the picture anymore or the chat. But yeah, dog, I've been searching it out. And
I got you. My boy got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The real one.
Real deal.
Okay, I need it, dog.
Real deal.
See? Right here. You just heard it right here. Money Makin Majix. He got the motherfucking cut.
Real deal. Holyfield.
Yeah. I feel better now. I do.
You know what? I want to do some crosses with that.
Dog, if we can do some awesome crosses with that, like there is some crosses that I've already been kind of like looking at right now with some of the interesting stuff that people have going on. Some of the gelatos, some of the LCGs. If you took some of the Granddaddies, crossed them back and made some like legacy, that's what like Profit is about, bringing the legacy stuff back to the modern market, right? And that's one of the things that I would love to do is like take Granddaddy, cross it with one of these modern strands and just like bless everybody.
Right.
Like bless the game.
That's the beauty of the game. Yeah. That's the beauty of the game. You can cross that Granddaddy Perp, and that's your strain. You love it. You can cross it with every strain out there till you find those winners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
those
saying?
winners.
That you feel like, yo, this is the one.
Those phenotypes, those hunts. So, okay, speaking of the hunt, so you're in the game, you're doing it for a while. What sparks you to like really get into the game?
As far as, the weed game?
Yeah, the weed game. Well, just anything.
The total
game. The metric game. Yeah. The metric, you got into the other game, and that really put you into the weed game, right? Like, because you're around, like, again, you're around the cocaine cowboys. You in Miami.
Yeah, so the trapping, you got to make a conscious decision to say, okay, I'm going to take this trapping and go legit trapping, right? So you got to cross your eyes, cross your T's, dot your I's to get all the paperwork right, and then you enter into this new metric system, you know what I'm saying, that everybody learned about. But, you just want to elevate the business. It's easy to make $1 million in the streets. I tell all the homies that. And M ain't nothing in the streets. Try to make that in the bank, in the real world. It's going to take you years, bro.
Preach, dog.
Make $1 million easy.
Yes.
A few months. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do it in the real world. It might take you 3 years.
Yeah. No, that's real talk, man.
But, I got motivated really to change the mind frame to legit right when I had my son. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I got to switch up.
Right.
I got to switch up the mind frame, the game, because you don't want to go in prison when you got a jit out here, right?
Right.
So we try to, change the mind frame and really growing up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in the streets your whole life trapping, moving packs. That's crazy.
We know where that leads. There's two ends of that. I don't know many retired trappers or retired drug dealers. There's a few. There's a few. They're rare though. Most of them end up in the graveyard or in the joint.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
When you're really doing it, that's even when you're doing it on the max level, that's the only end game, dog.
Right.
Look at all the cats, like whoever your, trapper is, that is your idol. Like, look where it ended up. It's never like, oh, they retired and they're on an island somewhere, like in a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's never that. So no, that's real. I feel that, dog. Like, having a child like really changes the game, because now it's not just you anymore.
Yeah, change your perspective on life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta do better, not just for you, for your seed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, so that made me, all right, let me get it going. And then I did the music thing and I got a deal. Boom, first song out.
Come on.
Yeah, first song.
Ice-T shit.
Yeah, I gave the Cool and Dre. Shout out Cool and Dre. Those my big bros.
Shout out Cool and Dre, man. They had some hits
North Miami boys, you already know.
Yeah.
And it Cool was like, yo, let me get that. I'm going to make it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to mix it. I'm going to touch it up, the beat, all that. I was like, all right, bet. Boom, did that. Like, yo, you got to do this and this now. I'm like, all right. Point him in the right direction. I told Fat Joe. He's like, yo, you got to get the radio, dude. You got to do this. Woo. I'm like, all right, bet. I did those steps. Boom. 2-3 weeks later, after I dropped the song, I'm doing shows all over. Made some bands off that.
Fuck yeah.
Doing it. Then when it was time to re-up on that deal that I got, Universal deal, you know what I'm saying? Put out the next song. 'Cause I was doing single deals, independent.
Right.
Put out the next one. Boom. 2-3 weeks later, I get indicted.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Because I'm blowing up now. You know what I'm saying?
That's always when they clip up a cat. Dog.
Yeah, but I'm retired from the game, though, Luke.
Right.
2.5 years they came back. You feel me?
Ouch, dog.
Yeah.
That hurts, dog.
Yeah, it hurt, And I'm like, man. So, matter of fact, I had Fat Joe, he want to sign me. Boom. He's like, yo, Matt, let's do something with this. All right, bet.
Right.
Timberland. My dog took me to Timberland. We're in Hit Factory in Miami.
Woo.
He's like, yo, I'm feeling this. Let's work.
Super beats.
Yeah. So, but at that time, I'm indicted. I was on ankle monitor. You know what I'm saying?
I know that
Matter
feeling.
of fact, when I was with Timberland at Hit Factory, my shit started beeping. I said, man, I'm staying anyway. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. This is a life-changing event.
Yeah. So that was just to boost the confidence, whatever. Sometimes people mistake confidence with arrogance, which, can't let it
Can't let that deter you.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, like, sometimes in life you gotta know when to pivot from that trapping to legit space, which ain't hard in this game. Out here we basically legit trapping right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just got to get your licenses.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, Cali changed the game. Cali, or the game is changed permanently now. But backing up, so you're doing your thing. You're out of the game. You got to have your son.
Yep.
And 2.5 years later, they come knock you.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that. So you're chilling. you're totally removed right now. You're not even thinking about it.
Beyond.
You're not even thinking about it. And these cats show up. The alphabet boys show up to your house.
Luke, I'm beyond chilling. I'm in the high-rise condo on the ocean in Miami. When you're a Miami boy, your dream coming from the hood is making it to the ocean.
To the high rise.
You know what I'm saying? You want to live on the ocean because you seeing all the dope boys, all the celebs, they on the beach, and you're like, okay, that's where I need to be. Then I think I made it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was beyond chilling. And then they come, you know what I'm saying? They don't, but see, the thing with me, nobody ever knew where I lived. I had nothing in my name, no paper, nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they didn't come bamming on my door at 5 a.m, you know what I'm saying?
They bammed on somebody else's door.
Nah, they ain't do nothing. They sent me an email for the music, try to set me up for a show.
Oh, wow.
Like, we got a show for you in Atlanta, woo. But I'm already knowing the language when I ask them, okay, you know, what's the deal? Woo. They don't know what to say. So they drop the balls. I'm already knowing. So I hit the lawyer like, yo, this is fishy.
Yeah, shit's funny.
You know, so we responding according to that now.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to set me up to where I go to the show and then get me.
Mm-hmm.
But they ended up sending an email and I say, all right, I'll meet up with you guys. But my lawyer already told me what to do. I didn't expect the federal indictment, though. You feel me?
You thought it was local boy.
Yeah, I'm just like, I haven't done nothing in a minute. Let me see what they're talking about.
Right.
Boom. Go. We drive by. Me and my homie Killer. Shout out Young Killer. He was fresh out at 11. You know what I'm saying? And
damn.
I told him, nah, you good, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know, I left the straps at the crib, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, all right, bet. Boom. Pull up. We looking at the Starbucks on South Beach. Right there, like on 1st, 2nd Street.
Mm-hmm.
And we looking, I'm like, damn, this shit look crazy, huh? Everybody with hats.
Right. Bunch of cats there don't look right.
Yeah. Everybody, I'm like, nah, even the women wearing glasses, I'm like, nah, that's full of them boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, let me face it like a man. Boom, walk in. They got the setup dude who was supposed to be the guy booking the show. Dude sweating, shaking in my hand like this.
Oh, yeah, nervous as hell.
I'm like, as soon as I put my hand out, they all stand up. Whole Starbucks stand up.
Yep.
You know, saving the employees.
Even waiters and shit coming out.
Boom. I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's good? They tell me, oh, you indicted. Ooh. I'm like, well, shit, I ain't done nothing lately. I'm good. You thinking that?
Yeah, you guys tripping. You guys got the wrong one going on.
Yeah. Boom. Then they walk me outside to the big body Mercedes. And I'm like, nah. I said, hold on. I'm like, hold on. It's kind of fishy now. I'm like,
yeah, this don't look like
I don't even see this on Miami Vice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. I said, hold on, I ain't getting in here. This sounds like a kidnapping now. This looking crazy.
This ain't even a black Suburban or nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, this looking crazy. So they had to, show me everything. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's see what's good.
Damn.
But yeah, that put the end to the music career right there.
Yeah, you was just getting started too.
Yeah, I was just blowing.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
I feel that, dog, because same thing, like, it's crazy. I sound like a broken record here, but same thing, dog. It's like we dropped our album, my record label, Militia Music, dropped my first album, Journey to Death, on on August 30th. I got rated on September 27th. They gave me a month on my run, dog, on like music wise. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing music my whole life, since I was like 15 and shit like that, a little kid freestyling and shit. But yeah, when I dropped my first like full length album, you know how that feels, dog. When you get your first shit, you know what I'm saying? Legit, you got like back then. I tell my girl this all the time, but it's like the game in music has changed so much. Like before, like I had to get a beat from the producer. I'd go back, I'd write to it, then I'd go to the studio, lay it down. Then I had to get it mixed. Then I had to get it mastered. Then I had to send it to disc makers. Disc makers had to send me the CD back. I had to get printed up. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was a lot.
DAT tapes back then.
Yeah, even ADAT. Yeah. Back in the day, you would take the ADAT. So like to get a song out to the public, and the public, by saying get out to the public, like we're in the trunk, right? Like we have boxes of CDs and we're like at Popeyes or whatever selling CDs. To get it out there, it took months, dog.
Right.
Months to one track. Now I can literally write a song, lay it down that day. I could have that thing live on Instagram by that night.
Yeah, for sure.
By that night to millions of people. Like that changed the game really. But we'll go into that. But just music back then in general, like it was a different game, and you just were getting started. The feds clip you. You got to sit down for a couple years, right? Where did you end up at? Where was the joint that you ended up at? Was it close to home at least?
No, hell no. I wish. They sent me out to old bloody Beaumont out in Texas.
My God, dog.
Yeah, middle of nowhere.
Damn, that's a horrible joint too.
Yeah. And it's the town that everybody there works for the prison. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of them towns that's just built by a prison specifically. Yeah. Like it doesn't, and if the prison shuts down, the town is gone.
Yeah, that town ain't no fun. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually where Parker Coleman is right now. He's in the USP there. Shout out Parker Coleman, man. Free Parker Coleman.
Free him.
Yeah. It's a rough spot, dog.
Yeah.
Well, damn, that sucks, dog. So you were there?
Yeah, that sucks. I was there probably like less than a year. And I had to go through, luckily I did a lot of charity work in Miami, on the radio, streets, everything. And man, Deco Drive, which is like news stations, all that. So they recognized my charitable events, so I knew politicians.
Right.
So I had wifey get the politician, because I was living, I had condos in Aventura too.
Okay.
Aventura, Miami. It's like good little spot, you know what I'm saying? But the politician there, we won't say no names, but she helped me.
Went to bat for you.
Yeah, she helped me get out of that prison. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying?
That's big, dog.
And they sent me to a higher level.
Yeah, when you can get anybody, like any of the elected officials to pressure the BOP on any move, that's huge. Dog.
Right. So that happened. So then, boom, I remember we were trying to get out of there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
from the minute you touched down.
Yeah, this ain't the spot. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm like, all right, well, made it happen. They call your name, boom, time to transfer. You know what I mean? But then I went back to Miami, which is sweet. Had the weights on the yard, all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, saw the homies.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So you end up in Miami. Way better. Got weights on the yard. You're by the house now. Fam can come visit you. Visits in Beaumont probably weren't happening, right?
Yeah, I flew out with fam. I had one of my cousins, fly with wifey, my son, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fly out there. But I think after like the third time, I was like, you know what? It gets depressing over there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? You got to stay mentally strong and, face the reality of the situation. I was like, you know what? No more visits.
Yeah.
I said, look, if I get up out of here and go to the crib, then we'll rekindle that.
That's a tough thing to say, dog. That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you say it kind of nonchalant right now, but like, that's not easy to do because them visits, they help for sure. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I feel you on like, you don't want your family, the burden on them. You don't want them spending all that money, flying out there, getting the rental car, getting the hotel and all that stuff. And, just to come see you for a couple hours.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Like it gets to a point where you're just like, hey, I would rather you guys keep the money.
Yeah. Cause then, crazy stuff happened. Like
lockdown or anything.
First or second one, dude, we in the visiting room and it's open space. You know what I'm saying? And one dude comes out, the other dude with his wifey and his kids. And then I guess they was beefing. You know what I'm saying? Dude say, they tell your wife that's why you fucking that punk in here. Woo, woo, woo. And dude's looking like, oh, hell no. His wife said, you fucking a punk.
Wow.
Shit popped off.
Super drama.
Yeah, scrapping. I'm like, man, this ain't what I want the fam to see. You know what I'm saying? My son is young at that time. I'm like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, let's just put a stop to that. Red light that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's kind of, you got to keep mentally strong anyways, because you're dealing with BS in there. You know how it goes.
Yeah. The politics and all that.
Yeah,
BS,
the politics, the war, all this shit. You living by their rules, so it's not like you're happy anyway.
These cats is fighting with these cats, so we got to be on point or whatever. Yeah, all that madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how it goes.
So you get out, finally released. Like that part is like a scary part, kind of, right? Like, because we know like everything that's happening before we're in prison, right? Oh, we're doing this. You're doing the music, you're busting moves, you're doing whatever you're doing, making a living. But then when you got to sit down for a little minute, and when you come back out, you know shit's gonna be different,
right?
So like, what was that like? What was it like getting out, like, and then kind of maneuvering back into the game or back into just life?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was always straight because I was a dude always invested my money.
Right.
So I had businesses when I went in. I had a portfolio.
Still had stuff moving while you were in there.
So I was still making money in there.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I took care. I left the fam with the same living situation.
That's blessing.
You know, I had a good lifestyle. Very.
You were
good,
smart.
You know what
you
I'm
were
saying?
smart, dog.
Took care of the old girl while I'm still in there. You know, I take care of the fam.
That's right.
You know, so I came home to the same exact lifestyle.
Good.
Nothing changed.
Beautiful. Hell yeah. Shout out, dog. I love that.
You know, when I came home, you know, you're still back in the reality shock of, you know, it's like when you go in those first 3 months or whatever, everybody's different. You still waking up, you thinking you at home and shit,
Right.
you turn over, you in this hellhole, you like, damn, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
But same thing, you come home and you like, damn, sometimes you wake up and you like, oh shit, I'm home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I came home, nothing really changed. You know what I'm saying?
So you were home a little while, and when do you end up linking up with VH1 in the show?
That was probably like 2018 or 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had been home for a second.
Yeah, a few years.
Okay.
A few years.
Doing
I
your thing.
opened a business. I had a few business. I was just not doing nothing, so I was like, all right, let me open this. I had a freight brokerage, car transport biz, just doing that. Then Cool and Dre, matter of fact, I was still recording. I opened a studio right next door to Khaled. Khaled's door's here, mine's right there.
Right.
Built that studio out. Then Cool and Dre was like, yo, you tripping. Why you do that for? You could just came to the crib because they got a big ass crib studio.
We already got it built out.
Yeah, there was a room that they wasn't using. And they're like, yo, take that and make it the C room and do what you do.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, all right, bet. So I did that, you know, and that was the love. And I was recording there all the time, you know.
Right.
Just doing that basically.
Right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you're recording, you're doing your thing. You jump on the show's going on. Like, you start to get kind of like a lot of notoriety, your music, the show. You're starting to like really blow up your Instagram and shit like that. So what's the mentality at that point right there?
Yeah, that was something new. TV is something new. You gotta be mentally, especially the reality TV. You gotta be mentally prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Me coming from the street, we
totally
never
different.
Posting nothing. We trying to keep low key, play the scene like the dude on Power Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was more like that. But you know, you don't want to give too much, but you can't give too little, because then it's not interesting. So keeping that balance is kind of hard. Yeah. But for me, I was just more chill on that. I don't let nobody in my personal life, wifey and the kid. You know what I'm saying? That's something personal. That's why I don't post nothing about that.
Yeah.
Magic is magic. You know, Mike is Mike. You feel me?
Right. There's a business and then there's fam and personal stuff. Absolutely.
Right. You got to know how to separate everything. You can't bring the streets or the business back home. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep everything separate.
You don't sit where you sleep, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
But yeah, it was a good experience, you know. Helped the brand blow up. Helped with, you know, as far as making more money. Use it as a trampoline, basically. You know.
Right.
Then we got the deal with Burn to do with the cookies and lemonade, do 2 strains, you know. And that was really the trampoline.
Right.
Because I've always loved, I'm going to keep 100. I always loved telling dope. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. I was good at it.
Right.
Some dudes good at basketball, football, baseball. I'm good at making money. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call me Money Makin Majix. I'm good at making money. Anybody I work with, we make money. You feel me? So I took that and then I used that. All right, let me trap legit now instead of doing it the wrong way. Boom. Open up my eyes to a whole different spectrum where, okay, you know, cannabis is going to be the future. We're in the prohibition era of cannabis now.
Yeah.
So look what they did with alcohol. These families like this, Hennessy, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. You see what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm seeing the vision. You got to see the long play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The long play, man. That's the thing. The long play, for real.
Yeah, the long play is a major factor.
A major factor. So you initially launched your introduction into the rec game is with the Pure Blanco brand, right? So you initially launch in there with Michael Blanco. That's your bro. Did you guys grow up in the street together, or was that a meeting like after the show and stuff like that?
Nah, we met like when the Cocaine Cowboys thing came out.
Okay. And then so you and your bro decide to, like, I can relate to this because me and my bro launched Profit, right? So, you know, we've talked about it before. And so you and your bro, you decide to launch this brand. You guys get to deal with cookies. You guys are, you know, you're getting like national notoriety on it. And I remember being in prison, dog. We were on lockdown. I'm watching, I don't remember what show came on before y'all's show. It was another show like Love and Hip Hop or one of the other shows or something like that. And then it came on to Cartel Crew, and I watched that. We watched it, and it was an episode about you and Michael doing a deal with somebody. I don't even remember. It was so long ago, but it was like I just remember that, like thinking in my cell, like, damn, cats is out here like doing their thing, like linking up, making deals and shit like that. And I thought it was dope, especially from you guys being out in Florida and then kind of like doing a collab in California. I thought it was super cool. The brand goes and keeps going. Like, what happens? I'm going to keep it real. What happens with you and the bro, dog?
I mean, you know, kings don't talk about pawns. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave that at that, you know.
100.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though, and you know this. Any real street dude knows this. Wherever you from, you call back to that city to do a background check on somebody. And if they tell you it's 100, it's 100.
Yeah, always.
I can tell you about me. You call back to Miami and you ask about Magic. What is he? Who is he? What he does? They're going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? My reputation is impeccable.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yes, sir.
I handle business. I get money, take care of the fam, my old girl, do what I got to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that.
100. Say no more. Yeah, I feel you on that. So when do you land out in Cali as, like, you come out here, right? And you kind of, were you coming out here pheno hunting, doing your thing at first before you move out here, or do you just jump out here?
Shit, I've been coming to Cali since 2000, early 2000s.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's when the packs was
so you were around in the Granddaddy packs and the Urkel packs back in the Bay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
4,000 a pound back then.
You know, they always try to, we gonna boom, 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 and woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, that's a little too high for me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was the price, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had some homies, and, you know, and then came to the music. It was called the Bay Area Music Conference. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, I
don't think I do.
Yeah, Bay Area Music Conference. My dog Rio used to throw that. So we would come out, bring the homies from Miami.
Where was it at?
It's in, I forgot where. It's in a conference center in San Fran somewhere. I forget exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, it was real nice. It was big, man. It was big. But yeah, you know, homies would come out. They would come to Miami. I had my studio right on Lincoln Road, South Beach. 420 Lincoln Road. It's a music building in South Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I was like the only dude. There was like, my next door neighbor was Enrique Iglesias. Put it that way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was the only dude from the hood in that building. On South Beach, period.
Hell yeah.
You know? And came to the Bay and we would just link up. They'd come by the studio. I would come out to the Bay and do the dizzle, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah. So when do you make the move to put your residence out here? When do you say, hey, fuck it, I'm living out here now?
You know, I'm back and forth still, but I got a spot out here, you know, and it really came because when you open a new business, you got to treat that as a baby, right? It's like a baby.
That's 100.
So you got to take care of that business and nurture the business. If you think you're going to open a business across the country and it's going to work, it ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? You're going to realize that when your money start dropping.
Dwindling
and
down.
You're going to be like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I just had, 100. Now we got 50. What happened right here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I realized, but you got to go. I compare it like this. You got champagne made in France, Champagne, France.
Yep.
You got agave tequila made in Jalisco, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
You want the best weed in the world, you got to come to California.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, I come to California.
Yeah.
And now I want to find the best of the best, put it on my lineup, as you can see here.
Yeah.
And try to grow the brand. Well, I ain't trying, I'm doing it.
No, you are doing it.
And I
though.
became fully licensed. I got the distribution, I got the manufacturing, I got the retail dispensary, delivery.
Yeah.
And I'm working, I got cultivation, but I'm not utilizing it. But I'm trying to get a bigger one right now.
So what would let's say, bam, right now, you're talking to the younger you. What would be your advice to somebody coming into the industry right now? Like, what's the thing that you would say, hey, this is the main thing?
Main thing to build a brand or to make money?
For a brand, build the brand.
For a brand?
Yeah, what is your main thing that you would say, hey, you got to do this?
Build the brand. First of all, you got to come up. You got to get the name. You got to get the logo. You got to get proper packaging. And then you got to get the right product to put in it. So make sure the top thing would be to get a plug on some good flour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What you came out here and got.
Yeah. Now I got them all across the country, really, now in the world.
Right.
But yeah, Cali, I got the plugs out here.
So that was the thing that when I got out and we first linked up at the lemonade store, I want to say it was just a couple months after I got out.
Yep.
And, but when I got out, Patty O'Brien, shout out Patty.
Shout out Patty the Baddie.
Patty the Baddie. She said like, yo, you got to link up with Magic. She's like, he's been out here in the game. He got fire. He's been doing his thing. And initially I'm like, yo, I thought he was like Miami cat. Like, and she's like, no, he's been out here like for a long time doing his thing. Right. And I was like, hell yeah, dog, that's dope. So, of course, I think you initially even talked to me about some expungement thing that you were doing.
Right. At that time, I had a link with Senator Pan's office.
Right.
And they were doing expungements at that time.
Yeah.
I had like 30-something of them, you know what I'm saying, that I could give out.
Beautiful.
You know what's crazy, though? Only like 2 people reached out, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And I made those announcements. I know somebody needed
Talk
it
about
day.
apathy.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, he got free expungements and only 2 people reached out to the man. 2 people,
that's it. They got it done.
Dog.
I got mine done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, that was me. I've been all over that.
All over it,
I don't
dog.
get it. And I was posting it, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But we linked up out there and then you invited me and Mandy to a festival in Woodland that you were performing at, which was super dope. I love that. Thank you for doing that because we had an awesome time over there. And then I think that was the first time that I saw the flower that you had in the bag. I think it was the $1 Million Baby that you had.
Okay.
And Keek was there. Remember Keek the Sneak was there?
Yeah,
he pulled up. Yeah, shout out Keek, man. He's been in the game. So I'm going to pause real quick and I'm going to say Keek was in the house that I was buying 50 packs of Granddaddy back in 2004. Keek is sitting on the fucking couch, dog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that Keek is a real cat, dog. He's been in the game for a long time. So shout out.
Keek a real one.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Good dude.
But yeah, so you were showing him your flower and whoo, dog, it was fuego, dog.
Yeah, that was straight
fuego, dog.
Yeah.
It was purple, it was candy, it was frosty. I was impressed. And dog, I'm picky. Like I'm picky,
I know
dog.
you picky. The Cali boys are picky, man.
I'm picky, dog. And I'm a grower. I grew since I was like 15. You know what I'm saying? So I'm picky cat, dog. But that flower was top, dog.
Well, that's one thing I pride myself on is being able to pick out some good winners, good flowers. I've been doing this since I'm a teenager, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, like I tell everybody, you just got to keep working, man. You got to keep sticking and moving. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just, you got to plug in SAC or you got to plug in Humboldt or in SF or in the Bay. Nah, man, you gotta get out there.
You got to get out there. Like you mentioned it earlier about pivoting in this game. I think like in the cannabis industry or in this game that we are in, right, is like you have to pivot constantly. you're like a power forward down there on the block. You know what I mean? Just like constantly pivoting, like the game shifts and pivots, and like customers will like something for like a couple months, and then boom, it's like by the time all the other like latecomers come in to get that pre-roll or that hash hole that everybody thought that was the one, and like they're not buying it anymore.
Right.
So,
I noticed that owning a retail store now, it changed my whole perspective on the game right now. That's why now, like with the Money brand, my slogan is money does grow on trees, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody think, oh, Money brand, he only cares about money, da-da-da. That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Money is freedom. That's what I put on my bags. Money is freedom.
It is.
They got us trapped in the mind frame, oh, money's evil. Money's the root of all evil. No, money's the root of all evil. People that are evil. You see what I'm saying? They do evil with it. People, maybe like me and you, or someone who's trying to do good with it, they're still charity work. You take care of your mom, your dad, if he's in your life, your family. That's what it's about. Don't let them trick you out. Get in the bag because they say it's evil, or, oh no, weed is supposed to be medicine. It is medicinal. It is medicine. But at the same time, why can't we make money on it? That's why we're doing it, to feed our families also. And we love it, right? Yes. I love this game. I love weed. I love it. So why not be able to transition that love, that passion to make money in the game? The first hippies went out in Humboldt. They knew they wanted to grow because they were making money and they didn't have to follow the rules of society, right? It's the middle finger to the police. Like, man, fuck y'all. We're going to go up here. We're going to grow our shit and we're going to bring out some fuego and we're going to fucking sell it. And it's medicine at the same time, right? Yeah. That's why I say, man, my Money brand now is for the people. Now seeing in the retail, you got men and women come off of work. I seen dudes come in dirty. I look outside. I make sure I go. I'm like, damn, what is he driving? Oh, he's in a work truck. It's got paint all over it, dust, everything. They come in. They already know that, man, I want strongest pre-roll you got for the cheapest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I respect
After
it.
8-hour day of busting your ass.
Right. I respect it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You respect the money and you respect the customer. That's why I say now it's for the people. Money brand's for the people. I'm not going to price my flower at the highest right now.
Right.
I can, but guess what? I don't want to, because now I see the value in bringing that plant, that medicine to the people that can't afford that high end. Maybe you got the guy making minimum wage. He can't afford that. Or the chick working, she can't afford that.
Yes.
But guess what? I'm going to bring some top tier flower where they can put in their lungs and say, yo, this is good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, dog.
That's my game. You know what I'm saying?
That's a 100. You hit it.
Other people are like, nah, I'm not going to price my flower lower than what I think it is, because that's them. You feel me? I got a different perspective. I'm going to cater towards now the people who can't always afford that top tier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And more, usually it's people that are working class. Or it's people that know the game and know good flower and say, yo, why would I buy that? And he's charging, it's 70, 80 out the door.
Right.
I can get it for 40, 45 out the door.
Right.
And it's probably from the same farmer.
Right.
You know
and I know good weed, so I don't want to pay that much.
Exactly.
And that's the thing in the Valley. So from Sac all the way down to Fresno, I try to tell people this that aren't from this area, that come into this area and start dispensaries and stuff like that. You've been here, so you know, right? But it's like this area has been growing for generations. They know good weed. So when you have an $80 eighth, right? It's going to sit on the shelf here because this is like an agricultural working class community. You said it yourself, dog. In them dispensaries, people are coming in neon construction vests and dirty with boots on, and they're trying to get lit and go home and enjoy the day, like my pops was. Like my pops was,
exactly,
bro.
like your pops. That's who I'm catering to.
Right, exactly,
those people,
dog.
But don't get me wrong. It can still go to the high-end market.
For sure.
For the consumers. Like you said, like in the Valley, they know good weed. You know what I'm saying? But and they're going to know when they taste that, like, that ain't him or that's him.
Ain't him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And luckily, my stuff sells out.
Because it is him.
Exactly.
It is. And I will put the stamp on that 100, dog.
I appreciate that.
You like 100. Like you came out and you did your thing, dog, and you really have picked some really unique cultivars, and they're hitting, dog. They're hitting.
Well, shout out to Grandy Floor and Mark and Prada,
Yeah.
for me, they're one of the best in the game. Period.
Yeah, they are.
I've been around everywhere.
They are. Shout out.
What I'm saying?
Shout out Granddaddy Purple. They are
so
top notch.
So we did some collabs, some crosses. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
And I just been working, bro. You know?
Hell yeah. You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that thing about pricing out of the market, right? Is like, I was talking to a grower the other day, right? He grows Fuego, fire. And everything was straight. Like everything was cool with us, right? And then we talked about price for everything and all that. Everything was locked in. We were straight, right? And then he heard about like what we were going to sell it for. Because I'm like you, dog. Like, I don't care if you have the firiest shit around. If it's sitting on the shelf at $60 an eighth, nobody's going to buy it. Right. It doesn't matter. It don't matter then. Right. That's the whole point. I try to tell you, it does not matter if it's $60. Nobody's going to buy it. So when you can price it in a range where like the working class or blue collar guy can still get like a quality level experience, right? You're going to make a ton of money because those are the people that are supporting the industry right now is the working class, the blue collar workers, the people that are putting in those 8-hour days. So they're working hard for their money, dog. When you're on that hourly wage, dog, that is hard, dog.
It's hard.
You don't want it. Yeah, you got to respect it, dog. You don't kind of, when you're spending $40 or $30, like, dog, that goes a long way. I worked hard for that money.
They count that in hours.
They count that in hours. Like,
they count in hours. You know what I'm saying?
So I told the dude, he's what we were going to sell it for. He ghosted me after that.
Damn.
Ghosted me, dog.
Well, let me add something to that. So when you have, if I was a farmer, right, and I feel like I'm growing the best weed in the world, which everyone
100.
does feel, and they're entitled to feel that, I would say, okay, I want, packs going what? Fire shit going 18, 22 right now, right?
Okay.
Okay, I want 22 for my packs.
Right.
If me and you are the brand buying that work, you're not going to make any money unless you do price it high.
Right.
That's the only reason if a brand can price it high.
Right.
We got to get the fire for the lower built on relationships with those cultivators and say, hey, I need it at this, so I'm going to sell it at this. And you break down the business plan, basically. And you say, this is what I can do with this. I'm not going to get rich on it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make a few hundred, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And that's going to get deducted by our marketing and promo and the drives here or there, flying out here or there to promote, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to be in the negative. People don't understand that. They think you're going to drop the strain and get rich. There's a lot where you gotta have a lot of SKUs. That's everybody. You gotta have at least 4 SKUs.
Yes.
Of flour. You want 4 SKUs of vape, 4 SKUs of gummies. Whatever you're gonna do, at least 4. And then you'll be able to at least turn a little profit or pay for itself when you're doing the marketing and promo.
Right. Like you said earlier, it's like, it's a love of the plant. It's to get it to as many people as possible, but it's also to make money, right? And that was my whole thing with the grower. It was like, it shouldn't matter what I do with it after I buy it off you. If whatever your price is, that's your price. I could flush it down the toilet if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Your price is your price to sustain your business. My thing is to get high quality to as many people as possible. And I can't do that when it's super sitting at $50 or $60 an eighth in the valley. We don't do that.
No, they don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Not out here, dog. It ain't going.
For sure.
It is not going. If you think you're selling a $60 eighth in the valley, you are dead.
No, you're in for a big shock. Culture shock.
Culture shock, dog. Are you in the retail game for from here on out, or are you like?
Yeah, I love retail. So I'm gonna focus on retail and cultivation. So I want to grow some fireweed, and then bring all my strains that I've, pheno hunted.
Directly to the customer.
Yeah, bring them directly to the customer at a great value, for the people, like minority. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to really now focus, because I don't really see, there's no brands focusing on my people, like brown, you know what I'm saying? Latino.
100, dog.
So I want to be that brand, that guy that, okay, we're going to focus on Latino right now.
Yes.
It's going to be hard, but guess what? Ain't nothing that's worth it easy. You feel me?
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna put.
Hold on, say that part again, dog.
Ain't nothing worth it is easy. You feel me?
Nothing.
So I'm gonna focus on that right now. You know what I'm saying? Give back to my people and how
that's dope, dog. I really like that, dog.
Because the thing is, my mother went to prison when I was young for weed too, for cannabis. She got locked up in the fence for that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My mom got hit for cannabis too.
Man, it's crazy.
That's crazy, dog. My mom didn't get locked up though. She just spent some probation time, but she probably mad as shit that I'm saying this on the camera. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, my mom a G. She like G shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She like, do whatever, son. As long as you happy,
That's
do
what's
whatever
up.
you want.
A
You
good
know
mom.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I feel that though about like giving back to the culture, to the Latino culture. I mean, really, let's keep it 100. Like that's in California, that's where cannabis came from. Okay?
Right.
Like my co-founder and partner, Ricardo Montes, was one of the first Mexican-American dispensary owners. And it's important for like the people in our area, dog, to see that. You know what I'm saying? To see leadership roles and people in CEO roles that look like them.
Right. It's a dream that can be done. I could do that.
Yeah.
That guy looks like me. Shit, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to learn some game and step my business up and give them hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I really want. Because we're really the backbone. Like you said, we're the backbone of the industry. It's not seen. It's more of a worker thing. You know? Even guys growing some fireweed, they got, guys in there, Latino too. You know?
Oh, yeah. Shit. In every grow spot.
Yeah.
Every grow spot.
And there's not too many brands being represented that. And even if they are, you don't really know them. You know what I'm saying? Because
they don't get visibility.
Yeah, visibility, or no one's too vocal about just saying, okay, I'm Latino, I'm going to force this product or this more guided towards Latino crowd or, minorities. I mean, me, I'm mixed with everything though. I got Cuban, Puerto Rican, Chinese, and African American.
Melting pot.
Yeah, I got everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't hate.
You can tap in with every culture.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's dope. One of the things that I like the most about like you're a huge social media presence, right? Your presence on Instagram, is huge. You have tons of followers. But one of the things that I like the most about it, dog, is that you give the game about building like. Almost in every post, you say like, I'm going to show you how to build a 9-figure brand. And that to me, dog, that's more valuable than anything. Like, because when we sit there in our positions, right, and we've had this experiences that we go through, all the stuff that we go through, we learn the businesses, we go to prison, we come back out, we learn new businesses, we learn new ways, right? That shit is valuable, dog. That shit is diamonds. And for you to just give that away, dog, like most people wouldn't do that. Most people would say, oh, like people got to pay me for consulting or do this or do that. And by you doing it to the masses, bro, that just speaks volumes about like the type of cat that you are, dog.
Right. So my thing is each one teach one. If you know some, pass it on. You know what I'm saying? You might die with it. Stop gatekeeping,
Right.
At the same time, right now, what I've noticed, I give away so much game that people hit me up. I've had a lot of people hit me up. They're like, yo, I want a mentor. I want you to teach me the game. I'll pay you.
Right.
And I'm like, I can get paid to do it, but you got to be in the field here. You can't be,
be right next
in Miami or New York or in Atlanta.
Yeah, this ain't no remote job.
Yeah, you got to come here and see this, feel it, smell it, touch it.
Right.
And you're going to be able to understand it better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of aspects. The game is constantly evolving. Like, you got to be in this shit every day because something changes. Like DCC, even they changed their name. I don't know what they're called now. CDCs, DCC, whatever they're called now. The state, the city, the BOP, CUPs, all that's constantly changing the rules, regulations.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, so
the pivot game.
In order for you to stay up on the game and really be on top of your game and keep that edge on the competition or to make money, you got to really say, okay, let me come out here and learn this. But yeah, get a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a mentor.
An OG.
Yeah, an OG. Shout out my dog PJ,
Yeah.
I went on a road with him for like almost a year, bro. He had a distro. He had the van.
Fuck
the motherfucker
yeah.
would take like $1 million cash, $1.5 million cash. And
camping with this cat.
Hit the road and go all the farms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I seen the game. I learned the game. I'm like, damn, this is like trapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's legal.
But it's legal,
you get your paperwork and go.
A hustler's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I seen that. I already know what to do now. But
yeah, you're already a master at that. You're like, damn, I already got a master level education at this game.
We've been doing that.
Been doing this.
Colombia to Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Bahamas, Miami, all that. You know what I'm saying?
The names just change.
Yeah. The locations change and the product changes, But, hey, if you want to get in the game, you gotta be in this you gotta have these 10 toes in Cali right now.
Hell yeah. That's 100. Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, so going back to the game. Now, since they've been hitting me up, I said, okay, well, let me turn this into something where we're building brands together. I can put you on the brand game and teach you the game. But guess what? You got to be out here. And yeah, I'll mentor you. That's fine. So I said, right now, actually, I just set it up like a couple of days ago for calls to book and talk about brand building. Then now I'm going to start doing all the promo and doing all that.
I love that, dog. You know? I love that. Man, hell yeah. Where can they get involved with that at?
I got it on my IG on a link tree.
Okay.
In the bio.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to start promoing. It's just up there now.
Hell yeah. That's dope, dog. I really like that.
Yeah.
And that's what matters, dog. That's like, it don't matter if you can be successful if it's only you, right? If I can't bring up my community, if I can't bring up my people, my family and all that stuff, like making money by yourself means nothing.
Right.
But if I can bring my community up, if I can make all my homies bosses and shit like that, like, man, that's what matters, dog. That's what matters to me. Like, that's the legacy I want to leave. I want to leave a legacy of cats that we created bosses, we created businesses, we created a fluency in communities that didn't have it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what matters to me. The synergy, like, it's crazy. Like, we sat here and we talked about a bunch of things here tonight, right? And we talked about, like, even our moms both having weed cases. That's crazy. But there's so many things where it overlaps, right? In the game and what happens and going and doing Fed time and getting out and trying to make your name, right? It ain't easy, dog. It's not easy to do this. It's a constant grind. You have to, it's not an 8-hour day. It's a 24-hour day. Like,
for sure.
The brand never takes a breath, right? Like you said, it's like your baby. Is there a time when you can just leave your baby?
Right.
No, you can't even leave your baby in the car for a couple minutes, right? So when we go into these situations, right, and we show the grind to the people, like, they see the backbone of the industry. This isn't the large corporations. These aren't the huge grows that you see on the greenhouses, dog. These are, we're the people on the streets. We're the people in the dispensaries. We're doing the demos. We're doing the deliveries. We are the ones that are making this shit work, right? So shout out to the legacy, dog, of you coming out here and doing your thing, following your dream, not being discouraged. That's not easy. Like, coming out here and like following your dream and saying, hey, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it. And you're doing it in music. You're doing it in film. You're doing it in the cannabis industry. Like, you're doing it in so many aspects, dog. It's just, hats off to you, homie. For real, dog.
It.
For real. So where can they find you? Where, if people want to follow Money Makin Majix, where can they find you? Where can they get your music? Where can they get the brand? Tell everybody where they can get you.
Through IG, basically. Money Makin Majix, Money Makin, and without the G, Majix. Hit that link in the bio. Everything's there.
Yeah.
They want to build the brand, see what it is behind the scenes. Just check me out on there. You're going to see what it is.
Yeah. So follow them on Instagram, Money Makin Majix. Man, we had a dope show tonight, dog. I really like, man, thanks for coming, dog. Yeah, thanks for coming through, dog.
No doubt. I got
most blessings, dog. And it was real, dog. Like, 2 cats that done Fed time, 2 cats that are back in the game.
And like you said, real legacy brand builders. This is,
yes.
You start when you're young, go to prison behind it, come out, still do it. Even feeling, when you first came, you still feeling like they can come get you. You know what I'm saying? I know you had that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, they might come get me. But you still risking it all. Again, your freedom to make something that the dream happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's respectable.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing, feed the fam at the end of the day, because this is what we know, right? Yep. It's the passion, it's the love, and it's the drive.
Yep. 100. Well, thanks everybody. Joint forces, like, share, comment, and post. You know what it is.
Joint forces, money brand. You already know. Go. take this trapping and go legit with it.
Your Google Home isn't set up yet. To get started,
Oh, you gotta set that up, Luke.
My bad.